boundary command is a macro command that provides the programmer with multiple functions. Using the boundary command does the following things. Auto closes any gaps up to 1/2 inch. Identifies and creates geometries based on existing lines and arcs. Fabricates cuts. Changes the newly created geometry from whatever layer it is in, to the geometry layer. Parts of the command. Select. Auto close. Copy. Move. Delete. The boundary command will not auto-close splines. Before the boundary command can be used, any splines must be properly converted to lines and arcs. Open the boundary command. You will be prompted to select a point near a contour. The command will automatically create a geometry based on the closest line or arc you click next to. When there is a geometry with a sink, cooktop, faucet holes, or any other inside feature, it is important to click closest to the outside perimeter of the geometry. Remember, boundary will select the closest line or arc from the location you click on. You do not need to select the inside geometry as it will be automatically included in the main outside geometry when the command is completed. As each boundary is created, you will see the geometry turn an orange-yellow color. This is the copy of the original that the command has created. Once all of the contours have been selected and copied, click on No. After No is verified, you will be prompted to move the new copies away from the original. Once the copied geometries are relocated, you will be prompted to select items to delete. Select the original geometries and finish. The copied geometries will now be joined and closed, and in the geometry layer, the boundary command turns off show breaks. Be sure to turn it back on if you need it. If there was a seam drawn in, the cut has now been fabricated. The same rules apply for a seam line as when using the cut command. They must touch or bisect the geometry on both sides. If you are putting a seam through an inside geometry, such as a sink, cooktop, or faucet hole, the seam line must be drawn through the inside geometry as well as the perimeter of the countertop. Use the boundary command as explained before. The cut is fabricated on both the countertop and the inside geometry. When selecting contours, if the entire boundary is not copied, or seams are not recognized, there is something wrong with the original drawing. It is possible that there is a gap greater than 1/2 inch, an extra line under a line, or the seam line does not touch or bisect the perimeter. If this occurs, escape from the command by clicking on No, and hitting the escape key twice. It is important to use the undo command to get to the point in the program, before the boundary command was started. After undoing far enough back, fix any areas that are a problem, and try again. The following is an example of using the boundary command to clean up a template. Important note, The quality of the template received will determine whether this method can be used. Use the keep command to keep only what is needed for the program. Do a common line removal. Insert sinks, faucet holes and seams. The boundary command will close and join the geometries, move the geometries into the AlphaCam geometry layer, and fabricate cuts.